Welcome to your quick step-by-step guide on how to apply for extenuating circumstances. What are extenuating circumstances? Extenuating circumstances are where unforeseeable and unavoidable circumstances have a negative impact on your academic performance. Reasons you might apply for this include, but is not limited to, health-related issues, technical difficulties, and personal circumstances. For instance, were you sick on the day of the exam? Did Inspira have some technical issues during your exam? Did something unexpected happen to you, meaning you could not sit your exam or hand in your assignment? These are just a few examples, but one thing to always bear in mind is that when you are applying, you must be able to provide evidence at the time. Applying before the assessment period. Fit to sit policy. If you have an upcoming coursework deadline or exam which you are aware that you are not fit to sit, it is always advised to submit an extenuating circumstances application prior to the assessment period. If your application is successful, you will be able to forego the upcoming attempt and have this deferred to a later date. This sitting will be disregarded and not be considered as an attempt. You should also not be expected to provide a resit fee. If you are unsure whether your circumstances will be considered, you can discuss this with the independent advice team by emailing independentadvice@bpp.com. Applying after the assessment period. If you are past the exam date or submission deadline, not to worry as you are still able to apply for extenuating circumstances. However, this must be done within 10 working days after the exam or coursework date. If you are outside of this time frame, you may still apply, but you must be able to explain why you were physically or mentally unable to submit the application within the prescribed time frame. Let's have a look at how to make the application. First, log into your BPP Hub account using your BPP email. You will need to first complete the authentication approval by filling the code you see on your screen into your Microsoft Authenticator app on your phone. Now that you are logged in, on the home page, head to the menu section and click Help and Support. Scroll down to the section titled Academic Appeals and Academic Support and select the Apply for the Extenuating Circumstances option. Then click Create Application. Before you can start the application, you will first need to read through the eligibility criteria to ensure you fully understand whether you are applying for the correct reason. This application can be made before the assessment or exam or up to 10 days after the assessment or exam period. In section 2, you will need to fill in your personal details. Don't forget to input your BPP email address as this is where you will receive your application outcome. Make sure to mark as complete to move on to the next page. In section 3, tell us more about what course you are studying. If you are unsure who your personal tutor may be, you can contact your student support team directly. If you are a business school student, you will not have an assigned personal tutor, so feel free to leave this section blank. In section 4, fill in the details of the assessments you wish to have deferred. You can defer more than one upcoming assessment simply by clicking the purple Add button. For each assessment, you must provide the title, the type, whether it's online, written, oral, or multiple choice, as well as the date of the assessment, what attempt number it is, the examination venue, and whether you already tried to defer this previously. Now you are ready to write your personal statement. Here you want to be as clear and detailed as possible, explaining why you would like to defer the upcoming assessment or exam. If you have already sat the exam or coursework and wish this attempt to be disregarded, you need to explain the circumstances that impacted your performance at the time. You should also tell us if, during your exam or assessment period, you told anyone, like a staff member, that you were feeling unwell, details of any learning support arrangements you may have, and whether you applied for extension on this assessment. Once you have completed your statement, attach any relevant evidence you have made reference to in your personal statement. This evidence must be original signed evidence, such as a medical certificate or a letter from an appropriate third party, such as a registered GP, hospital consultant, solicitor, employer, or police officer. If you are unsure of what evidence to provide, you can reach out to our independent advice team, which the email will appear on the next page. If before submitting your application you have concerns and would like someone to review your statement, feel free to email a draft of this with any relevant evidence attached to independentadvice@bpp.com. If you are interested in our review service, please bear in mind we have a 3 working day response time, so if you are considering this, please do send your statement within enough time of your deadline. Congratulations, you have now completed your extenuating circumstances application. You should receive a response within 10 working days of submitting your application. However, this can vary during busier periods, so it is always advised to apply as soon as possible. If you do not hear back within this timeframe, you can email orc@bpp.com for an update. We wish you the best of luck.